So in this video, we're going to go for a drive and I will try to help you with your steering. When should you steer on a different situation? So when you are going left, when you are going right, when you are dealing with roundabouts, when should you steer and how should you steer? So this drive is all about steering. So this will be the main focus. The main theme of this drive is to concentrate on steering. When should you steer when you are dealing with different situations on the road? Hi, welcome to Driving TV and I hope you are well. Let's start the lesson. Okay, so before we go on the road and do some driving and look at the steering, let's remind ourselves regards to steering, how to steer and when to steer. Hopefully it will help you to understand when to steer and how to steer. First of all, when you hold the steering, don't hold it too tight. Also not too loose. So the grip shouldn't be too tight or too loose because both are bad. If you hold it too tight, it will be difficult for you to steer, and if it's too loose, it will slip. So make sure the grip isn't too tight or too loose. That's the first thing. Secondly, when you are driving, imagine this is your car. Try not to look just front of your car when you're driving. For you to get better position and to do good steering, you need to look far ahead when you are driving. The further you look, your brain will tell you where the position should be. If you look too near, many learners, what they do is they look as far as the bonnet of their car. And that's the problem. When you do that, it will look as if you are hitting the pavement or you are driving too close to oncoming traffic. So don't look too near or front of your bonnet. Try to look as far as you can. This will give you better position. It will help your brain to look where the road is going, and it will help you to keep your car in a better position. Okay, remember, your brain need to know where the road is, how the road is laid out. If you look too near, you can't really see where the road is going. The further you look, you will see where the road is going. Maybe it's bending towards left a little bit or bending towards right. Your brain is telling you that that's what you have to do. So from here, you're going to have better position. Okay, so the further you look, better positions you're going to have, better steering you're going to do because your brain is working in advance which way the road is going. Okay, so that's the second thing. Thirdly, when you are turning left, always look for the corner because that's the turning you need to do. Okay, and this corner will depend how you steer. Okay, it could be sharp or it could be long. So that will depend on your steering. If you ask the question, how much steering, that will depend on the turning. Okay, every turning is different. So you can't say steer this much or that much. It isn't a set steering you do when you're going left. It will depend, like I said, how the corner is laid out. Just to give you a clue when to do the steering, you start steering when the curve starts to bend. That's when you start to steer. So in this case, it's bending here. And this is when you start to steer. Okay? When you see this starting point of the bend on the corner, left corner of your car, okay, on your dashboard, the left corner of your car, when you see this part, because this is when it starts, that's when you start to steer. Okay? So let me repeat. On your car, on your dashboard, left corner on the window of your car, when you see this part, because this is when it starts to bend or turns, and this is when you start to steer. Okay, if you are dealing with a sharp corner, then that means that's the point where you start to steer. So if it's long, you go up to there and you start steering. Okay, if it's sharp corner, you keep it straight and go there, and then what do? You start to steer. Okay, meaning when you see this corner on the left corner of your dashboard, that's when you start to steer. If it's long, you start to steer here because that's when you start to steer. The other thing you need to bear in mind is that your front wheel and the back wheel, the front wheel go in a longer circle, but the back wheel will go in a shorter circle. So you need to understand that, because if you don't understand, what's going to happen is if you go too close to the pavement before the turning, what's going to happen, your front wheel is going to make it because it is a longer circle, but the back wheel is going to go over the pavement because, like I said, the back wheel needs shorter circle. So because of that, try not to go too close to the pavement. Keep your normal driving position, and when you are at this point there, that's when you start to steer. So bear that in mind. Remember, the back wheel needs shorter circle. If you go too close to the pavement, you will go over the pavement. So bear that in mind when you are going left. Okay, now for you to go right, what's the reference you're looking for? The reference you are looking for is to go right, you're going to position close to the center line anyway, because you're going right. Okay, and on your position here, you need to find a reference when to steer, and your reference is, imagine this is your car and this is your right side mirror. When your right side mirror is in line in the middle of the road you are going in. Okay, so that's the road you're going in, that's the middle. So you're going to have a line in the middle of that road. If the line isn't there, then imagine where the middle is going to be. Your right side mirror is in line with that middle or with that line. That's when you start to steer. Okay, if you do it too early, you're going to go cutting the corner, and if you go too late, then you're going to end up going like a swan necking. Both of them are wrong. Both will be fail in the driving test. Okay, the reason is because cutting corner, you're going to oncoming traffic, and swan necking, car behind might think you probably want to stop here, and they start to go before you, and that's going to be a problem. Okay, now just to give you an example when you should start to steer when you are turning right is when your right side mirror is in line with the middle of the road that you are going in. That's when you start to steer. Now at the end of the road, you want to go left. Okay, same again. On the driving, look ahead, look where the road is, look how the corner is laid out. If it's sharp, keep it straight, don't steer, and go to the end, then steer. Because if you steer too early, like I said, what's going to happen? You're going to go over the corner with your back wheel. Like I said, your back wheel needs shorter circle, and if you go too close, that's what's going to happen. So if it's sharp, keep it straight, go to the end, then you start steering. If it's long, what do? You start to steer at this point here. Like I said, the point is where on your dashboard in that corner you see this point, because that's the point where it starts, and that's when you steer to go round with the curve. Okay, always remember this point. I'm repeating so that you understand. Your turning point going left is when the corner starts to bend. Starts here. If it starts there, you start here. If it's long, you start here. This the point you go, that's when you steer. Always remember, on your dashboard, you need to see when the corner starts or when the road starts to bend. That's when you start to steer, when you see this point on the dashboard of your corner. Okay, when you go right at the end, okay, if you're going to go right, obviously your position is going to be close to the center, and you go right. Don't steer like that. You go to your side of the road and then you steer, because that's the side, that's your side. Okay, don't steer too early. Many learners, they steer too early and they are going like that, and remember, this is the oncoming traffic. You need to go to your side as soon as you can. The only way you do that is you go to your side. Here you start to steer. I hope this makes it clear to you and you fully understand now. Okay, now let's talk about roundabout a little bit. So on the roundabout, obviously, okay, and just say that's the roundabout. Okay, when you're going round the roundabout, try to follow your left hand side. Okay, so if this is your car, you're going left that way, try to follow this part. Okay, if you're in the right lane going right, try to follow this line. Okay, your left line or the left side of your whichever line you have, whether it's a lane marking or the pavement, you are following the left side. That's going to give you better steering. If you follow the right side, you're going to end up going too close to right hand side. Okay, if you're here, if you're following that, you're going to end up going too close. Try to follow the left side of the roundabout. That will give you better steering. Okay, so I hope this helps. Let's go now and do some driving and look at some steering. There is a car coming, I saw. Okay, I'm going to wait here for the car. Okay, they're waiting, they're coming. Okay, they're gonna
Go in there, looks like it. Okay. This time at the end, we're going to go left. Mirror, mirror, signal left. It's really narrow. So when do we steer? When we see the corner in that corner there. Okay. Slow the car. Look at the corner. First gear, and I'm going to steer with the corner. The way the corner is going. When you come to the end of the road, look where the corner is. The way the corner is going, you steer with the corner. Especially when you stop, don't stop straight if the corner is bending towards that way. So if he is going towards the left, you go left and you stop, okay? There's no one coming. Okay. And I'm here. Mirror. Second gear. As you saw, I made a really good clutch control because the road was narrow and I needed to go really slowly. Okay. As soon as I moved off, 10, go to second gear. I'm going to go left again. Mirror, mirror. Signal left. When am I going to steer? Look at the corner. Look at the corner. First gear. Signal again. It goes off. And I'm steering with the corner. The way the corner is going, I'm steering. Okay. I'm going to go right this time. Mirror, mirror. Signal right. When am I going to steer? When I see the mirror in line with the middle. In line with the middle. Now. Mirror. Good. I hope you get that. Okay. Speed will depend how big the junction is. But your steering, you start steer when you see the bend. When you see the road is bending. When you see the corner is bending. In that corner there. Okay. When you're going left, by the way. Mirror. It's 20 here. I'm going to go to third gear. Dead on 20. I'm going to go to third gear. Okay. The road speed is 20. So I'm going to go 20. At the end, we're going to go right. This time, at the end, we go right. So when do we steer? We go to our side of the road first. Then we steer. Unless there are already parked cars. So we're going to go right. Mirror, mirror. Signal right. Slow down. Towards right a little bit. But I'm going to keep my wheel straight. Keep it straight. Little bit, because the road is going that way, I have to steer a little bit. There's no one coming, and I don't steer until I go to my side of the road, especially when the road is quite large, when it's big. Go to your side, that's when you steer. Mirror, second gear. This round is a mini roundabout. We're going to go right. Mirror, mirror, signal right. It's really tiny, so we're going to go really slowly, and we're going to go to second gear is fine. Okay, look on my right. So keep the speed low, around 10. Okay, I'm going to go left here now. Mirror, mirror, signal left. There's no one coming. I'm just rolling. And I'm looking at when the corner is bending. Yeah, mirror. Third gear. There's a bus coming. There's no space for two cars. So what am I going to do? So the car. And I'm going to stop around here. Around here. First gear, mirror, mirror. As soon as the bus goes, I go. Make sure you get the car ready quickly so that you don't waste any time, especially if there are cars behind. You don't want to hold them behind. I'm going to go left. Mirror, mirror. Signal left. So when do I steer? When do I steer? Can I see the corner? When is the corner bend? Around here, I'm steering. Okay? Here. So I hope you get the picture, you get the message when to steer. I've got a space over there. I'm going to go in. So I hope you get the picture in your mind when to steer, okay? Like I said, steering depends on the corner. Steering depends on the junction. It depends on how big the junction is, how much speed you need, okay? So here we're going to go right. Mirror, mirror, signal right. Slow the car. Second gear is good. That's the second gear. When do I steer? When the mirror is in line, around now I steer. Yeah? Mirror. Going. I didn't need to change gear because it was already in second gear. All I did was reduce the speed and I just went. Remember, second gear, 10 miles per hour, second gear is good. These speed bumps made to slow you down. Watch out for that cyclist. Okay. Make sure you watch out. I'm going to go mirror, mirror, signal left. Okay, look for the corner. When is it bending? I'm looking at my corner. When do I steer? Slow the car and around. Here I'm gonna steer. Look into the road. Okay. The car is coming, but I got my space. At the end, we go right. Mirror, mirror. Come to my side. Signal right. When am I gonna steer? On my side of the road. If there's no park on the other side, slow the car. Road is really narrow. Push into first gear. Go to my side of the road, and then I steer. And then I steer, especially if the road is large. I'm gonna go right here. Mirror, mirror. Signal right. Come to my side first. Push into first gear. Road is too narrow, and I steer around here. Go to my side of the road. Remember, if you cut a corner, like I made the turn here, you'll fail your test. So make sure, like I said, mirror in line with the middle and go to your side of the road, your side, which is the left. Okay. At the end, we go right. Watch when I steer. Okay. This road is quite big. Mirror, mirror. Signal right. Okay. Slow down. Slow down. And then, when am I going to steer? I'm going to keep the wheel straight. There's cars coming. Put the handbrake on. Put the signal back on again if it goes off. He wants me to go to halfway, and now steer. Now steer. Mirror. Second gear. Speed bumps. When you go top of the speed bumps, slow early, and when you go over, don't brake. So now off gas, I'm just letting it roll, just rolling. Mirror and give gas. So if you need to, so for example, that's the speed. You want to slow the car first, and before you go over, let the brake go. Okay? Because you don't want to brake when you're going over. It's not good for your car. Okay, so you don't want to brake when you are going on top of the speed bump. It's going to go left. Slow the car. I'm already in second gear. I'm looking for the corner. Looking for the corner. And what did I do? I just followed. Yeah? I followed my corner. The way the corner went, that's how I followed. And when did I start to steer? When I saw the corner starting in that corner there. That's when I started. I'm keep repeating because I just want you to know. Okay, like I said, this lesson or this drive is all about steering. So I'm keep repeating. I hope it's okay for you, because sometimes some say I keep repeating. But that's how you learn. That's how I could give the message to you. Okay, you can go right, mirror, mirror, signal right, slow the car, push into first gear. There's no one coming. Press control halfway, and then I steer. Okay, and then I steer. Okay, how much steering do you need? Depending on what the speed is, what kind of junction is, you will know. So if the junction is narrow, go slowly. Medium, keep medium speed, but you will know how much steering you need. As the car goes round, you will know how much steering you need. Mirror, mirror, I'm going to go left. Signal left, slow the car, look on my right. It's already second gear. Look for the corner. Corner starts here now, and I'm steering. Okay. I'm going to leave it to second gear here because of the speed bumps. Okay, middle. Next one is not that fast, so I speed up a little bit in the middle and then off gas again. As I go over it, no braking. If I need to brake, I'm going to brake now, but then when I go over, no more brake. Okay, in between third gear, if it's quite far, mirror, now slow the car before the bump, go to second gear and let the brake go. Okay, do you get that? This one is quite near. I'm not going to go to third gear. Next one is not that far, so speed up a little bit and then reduce, meaning let the gas go. Okay, another speed bump, mirror, off gas as you go over. Mini roundabout coming up, we're going to go right. Okay, mirror, mirror. It's a mini one, so I'm going to keep my speed low. Okay, so I'm going to signal around because there is an entrance here. So the second gear is good. Second gear is going to look on my right, there's a car, okay, and I'm going to steer here. As I come off, I don't need to signal because it's too narrow. So on a mini one, to go right, you signal right. As you come off, you don't need to signal. Obviously, there are other videos on mini roundabouts. Watch that if you haven't seen it already, and if you need to learn about mini roundabouts. Mini roundabouts is when you're going right, you signal right. As you're coming off, you have to signal. Left bend coming up here, quite sharp bend. Look at the steering, okay? First of all, it's very sharp, so it's also downhill. So I'm gonna brake, it's only in second gear, and I'm gonna have my speed so that it's easier for me to steer. Okay, as you saw, we didn't need much steering, did we? Only little. Many learners, what they do is, as soon as they need to steer, they oversteer. They steer too much. Okay, I'm gonna go left here, mirror, signal. And what am I steering? When I see that corner, in that corner, okay? There's no one coming. So I see the corner in my corner of my car, and I'm steering. Okay, mirror, second gear. At the end, we're gonna go left. Mirror, we're gonna go left. Okay? I'm gonna look on my right, if anybody there. There's no one there. And I'm steering as much as I need. The corner, I'm keeping the corner around where my corner of my car is. So I'm making the turn as I see the corner going round, okay? We go left here again. Actually, we'll go roundabout, we'll go right. Mirror. We'll go right on this mini roundabout. Okay? It's a mini one, so I'm going to keep my speed low because it's too small. I need time to steer, so I'm going to leave it to first gear, do the clutch control, and I'm going to go round, mirror, and I don't need to signal to come. So you saw, because it's so small, what did I do? I kept the speed low, and then I went round doing the clutch control. This is another mini one. We're going to go mirror, we're going to go left, signal left. Slow down, look on my right, speed is around 10, no problem. I'm going to leave it to second gear. Steering, I didn't need much here because I didn't need to steer as much. On this roundabout, first left. Look on my right, there's no one coming, and steer as much as I need. Mirror, third gear. This roundabout, we're going to go third exit on the right. Mirror, signal right. Blind spot, change lane. Okay. Now, as you saw, when I changed lane, I didn't need much steering, did I? Just a little bit, that's fine. I'm gonna go right, keep signaling right, go down to 10, go to second gear, and watch my steering, okay? I go to my lane, which is right lane, and I need to stay in the middle of my lane. Look far, don't look too near. Try to look as far as you can, and keep it middle, okay? Keep it in the middle. Don't go too close to the middle line or the lane, and then don't go too close to the pavement. Mirror, signal left, blind spot, change lane. As I come, look where the pavement is.
Westbound with an accident.
Okay. That was the radio. Okay. Now, to keep this steering and stay in the middle of your lane, don't look too near. That's the problem. Many learners, what they do, the reason they're steering too close to the pavement or too close to the oncoming traffic is because they're looking too near. So when you're driving, try to look far as you can. The further you look, the better your steering is going to be. Okay, many learners, like I said, where do they look? Where the bonnet is, far as the bonnet. And if you look far as the bonnet, you'll see, you look as if you are hitting the pavement or you are going too fast. Don't look where the bonnet is, look far. Okay, so in this case, I'm looking further than the traffic light. I've already dealt with the traffic light. I've already seen the traffic light much earlier. Okay, so I'm going to stop here, put the handbrake on, go to neutral. It just went to red. So even though I'm the first car, because I could get ready quite quickly, I'm going to go to first gear. If you are a learner and if you think you haven't got the time and you're the first car in the queue, get ready, leave it in first gear if you're not sure. If you're the second, third car, then go to neutral because you're gonna have time to get ready because you have cars in front, okay? But in this case, I am the first and I'm on neutral because I could get ready quite quickly. Like I said, if you don't have time to get ready because you're still learning and you don't have the confidence when you're the first car, get ready, leave it in first gear, okay? So here, when I'm driving, to get my steering good, I'm going to look as far as I can. Look further, much. Like I said, don't look too near. Look far. The far you look, okay, the better your steering is going to be, okay? So where am I looking now? I'm looking far as where the roundabout is. Look how far it is. That's how I'm looking. And that's how I could keep my car in the middle of my lane. If I look near where the bonnet is, it's going to look as if I'm hitting the pavement or I'm going to hit the oncoming traffic. Okay? Okay, that's it for this video, and I hope the video helps with your steering. If you need help on learning to drive and to pass the driving test, don't forget to take the advantage of our online course, which gives everything a learner needs to learn to drive and to pass the driving test. It has more than 30 videos on the course. I will leave a link on the description for you to have a look. Have a look and see and read. And if you like it, you could always join the course. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, please do give a thumbs up. And please do make a comment what you think of the video. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so don't miss any of my future videos. And hope to see you again on the next video. Bye for now.